What's up, comic fans? It is time for that new comic book day haul plus review. So we're gonna get into the books. We got some 50 centers and we got this week's books, and we're gonna do it right after this.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Welcome back. All right, who's ready to witness some books? If you like comics, you're in the place to be. All right, so let's get into it. All right, comic fam. All right, so first off, we got the 50 centers. We got Thor number 5. This is the fourth printing. Thor number 5, and this was a pretty popular book back during the pandemic. You got some stuff going on here. I think it's just the one where the I don't know. You got this was a cover. He had a whole bunch of covers come out of this book. I forget exactly what the main reason this book took off was. I think Thor witnesses his death or something like that. What else? Yeah, this pretty cool centerfold. But yeah, it was a cool issue. And with that, we also got Thor number 1 for 50 cents from the Donny Cates run. This is all from the Donny Cates run. Then we found some nice Frank Miller goodness. I mean, this is in a 9.8. You know, the cover's got some, I'm gonna say color scratches. I don't know how to exactly put it, but we got Sin City, Lost, Lonely, and Lethal. 50 cents. Gonna grab that. Some good old-fashioned Frank Miller goodness. All right, next up we got Ruins, book 1 of 2. All right, so this is pretty cool. It's got that acetate cover. All right, this was Warren Ellis, and this was probably Warren Ellis at some of his best with Marvel. Some really decent art in here. Alright, so I think this was kind of the answer to Alex Ross's Marvels series too. So that was Warren Ellis's take. Alright, let's get into this week's books. I don't think we have any DC. We got one. I didn't actually grab all my books because I go to 2 different LCSs. I only got one. But we got, I think just one indie, and then the rest is all Marvel. So sorry, guys. If you're not a Marvel head, don't change the channel. Stick with me. I promise. It'll be all right. All right. We got the return of Firepower. All right, this is probably where you leave. But no, this is Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney getting back to Firepower, issue number 25. I think it was around issue number, let's say 16 or 17, where I almost jumped off. But I mean, dragons, kung fu, flaming fists of fire. What's not to enjoy? All right, so this has actually been a really good series. The artwork has been really good. I've enjoyed it, you know. So yeah, this is the 25th issue spectacular. I'm glad I stuck with it. There's a lot of character development going on now. I like it. So we're gonna move on. We're at Marvel now. We had some Ghost Rider action. This one is Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider number 3. All right, so it's Danny Ketch. You do have Johnny Blaze, not in Ghost Rider form, but he's got that Hellfire shotgun, right? And then you have the Caretaker, right? And this goes back to like the 90s. This is like 90s Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, and they're just telling another story, I guess, that they didn't tell back then. So far, so good. This is the Scarecrow, by the way, but not DC Scarecrow. This is Marvel Scarecrow. Pretty good, you know. If you liked Ghost Rider back in the 90s, you like the Danny Ketch stuff, well, here you go. This is right up that alley. It's pretty good. And then we also had Ghost Rider number 16 by Benjamin Percy. This one kind of introduces, I guess, the next storyline or the next baddie. It's got all 3 Ghost Riders from the last 20, 30 years, I guess. You got Danny Ketch, you've got Johnny Blaze, and you got Robbie Reyes, all right, in this one. And I think this is just a filler. Next week we're getting, not a filler, it's just a fill-in. It's filling us in with some information. But next week we start the whole Wolverine Ghost Rider story. So that should be interesting, all right? Remember, both of those guys were on the new Fantastic Four together as well. Cool cover. Awesome cover. Yeah, my only complaint, I think, with the Ghost Rider series that Benjamin Percy's writing is sometimes it's just a little bit too on the nose, a little bit too on the button. It's just all put forward and it's very straight. There's no, you don't need to think about anything. And if anything, sometimes too much is given to you, okay? And even like the names of some of the characters, all right? Like we have Talia Warroad, who's like an FBI agent or was an FBI agent who has mystical abilities and drives around as a vagrant. Like Warroad? Come on. Anyway, we're gonna move on. But other than that, I don't really have too many complaints about Ghost Rider. All right, we have Philip Kennedy Johnson. Here we go. And he's writing The Incredible Hulk #2. This is kind of a horror story. In this one, a bunch of dead bodies or a bunch of dead people are being reanimated, if you will. They're kind of forming this church or this religion. They kidnap the Hulk and his friend and basically stab Bruce Banner in the chest. Spoiler alert. You know what happens after that. And that's kind of where this issue ends up or leaves off. So issue #3, you're going to have the Hulk, I guess, beating down some zombies. But really good. I like it. It's a little dark, a little slow at the moment, but obviously you have to get reintroduced to the world because they just, not reset the Hulk, but they started a new issue, and this is totally in that horror realm, okay? Kind of going back to when what was it? Before Donny Cates, all right? When I see his face in my periphery. Shoot. The guy's doing Venom now. Anyway, it'll come to me. It'll come to you. You guys are probably screaming at the screen right now saying, hey, you know who it is. Al Ewing. It's Al Ewing, all right? So yeah, it kind of harkens back to when Al Ewing was doing the Hulk, which was a good run. Good 50 issue or so run. All right, and that brings us to Venom #3, which Al Ewing was absent from on this one. You got Ken Lashley doing the art. There's a new Toxin. Toxin needs the help of Venom to like save or find out what his dad's doing, and they run into some kids who have been kidnapped, and they try to save the kids. So is Toxin turning into a good guy? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But we got this issue, and we also got the variant cover. I believe this is the Cafu variant. But as you see here, this is spoiler alert. Black Widow is gonna get a symbiote, and it was kind of like it wasn't a side story. It was just kind of like a little at the end, just like a little piece, little extra that you got that revealed that. But we don't actually see Black Widow in the costume. There's a couple of covers that came out, store exclusives. I think this was the only cover with Black Widow like this that was released to all the comic shops. But they all kind of look similar. So I guess we'll see in the next issue or next few issues what actually happens with that, all right? We picked up Ultimate Invasion 2. What I will say about this is even though Jonathan Hickman is a world builder, he didn't spend like, 3 or 4 issues. So there's no like big paragraph in the middle because I don't think there's a lot of time for Ultimate Invasion to do that, right? I think this is only 4 issues or something like that. Maybe it's 5. But not a lot of time for the world builder to build worlds, which is good because it keeps the action going. He's an excellent writer. I think sometimes we just get caught up in trying to figure out all the fine minutia of what he's building. But yeah, the Maker basically makes a time machine and goes to another dimension or another universe and kind of takes it over, and he's got some brain damage, right? Which was caused by Howard Stark, not Tony Stark, Howard Stark. And anyway, the Ultimate whatever universe he's in, the Avengers pretty much attack him, but he gets out of it. And the Maker's he doesn't know what he's doing at the moment because, like I said, he's got brain damage. A lot of things are happening. This is not happening in the 616, though the Maker did escape from the 616. And the one thing that the Maker keeps harkening back on is he asks Mr. Fantastic, he's like, if you could do it all again, would you just get rid of me? Would you kill me? Or, he didn't say kill, but, he's like, would you erase me or something like that? And Mr. Fantastic's like, yes. All right, now this is probably my favorite comic of the week, and by probably, this was my favorite comic of the week because it was just good old-fashioned. This is the Spider-Man I remember. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 30. It's just a classic Spider-Man versus Doc Ock fight. All right, it was just good. It was just well written. The banter between them was good. Spider-Man ends up wearing Doc Ock's old legs, or his old arms, if you will, and there was a lot of harkening back to the Superior Spider-Man. If you never read that series, the first one, the first arc, even the second volume, well, the second arc, it's all part of the same volume, right? It went on for 2 years with Dan Slott writing it. It was really good. But anyway, this harkens back to it. There's a lot of people calling people dolts in this one, but it was just really good. The artwork was good, and it was just really good banter between Doc Ock and Spider-Man, all right? So that was my comic haul plus review for the week. Comic fans, all right? Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Go ahead and throw me a thumbs up and comment down below if you liked the content. If you didn't like the content, let me know why you didn't like it, all right? Maybe you still throw me a thumbs up. Anyway, guys, do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to get ready for next week's books. Peace. Let's go. The Comic Book Community Awards coming up. But don't forget to nominate your favorite channels. Couple comics. What's up, comic fans? I gotta turn off the fan. What's up? Plus review. We're gonna go out.